By the way, I'll say something that might be a little bit disturbing to a lot of people. And that is, nowhere in any of the reports does it say that the prosecutor did not allow the independent expert to examine the car. According to Black and White, this guy did his job. He did his reporting. He did his inspection. No problems. That's according to the reports.
Not what the body cam shows.
Not what the body cam shows.
A sealed body cam by Commonwealth Amy Ashworth.
And that's very disturbing because, number one, the jury is going to be told an independent expert looked at the car and he didn't find anything. A judge is going to be told, Your Honor, he hired an expert and the report matches Robert Drum's. But in reality, the body cam shows that Stephen Keene, who's the guy doing the reconstruction, was not allowed to inspect the SUV, was not allowed to inspect Mostafa's car.
By the way,
plain and simple.
This community, all walks of life are watching these body cams and are watching the evidence that's being leaked on the internet through this platform in the Mostafa Algeseri case. And if Commonwealth Amy Ashworth thinks that she can seal off this, it's too late. There is all kind of walks of life that have a background into reconstructing vehicles that are watching this independent expert get on the scene with a judge order to reconstruct this vehicle and is being told, you can't touch the car. And this is really disturbing. This community is watching this take place.
I mean,
there's a lot of people that are going to be watching what actually took place and are going to be calling Commonwealth Amy Ashworth and are going to be asking her, why is your prosecutor blocking the reconstruction of this vehicle?
Now, when you take that information collectively and you analyze what's happening here, this is a car accident. And no one is allowed to look at the car accident.
No one is allowed to reconstruct this vehicle.
Okay. If I didn't know any better, I would say...
Especially when they found brake failure. The police found brake failure.
If I didn't know any better, I would say that this case is not about a car accident, but it's the malicious prosecution of a man that they dislike. Because clearly, this is not about a car accident.
I wonder why they don't like Mostafa.
I mean,
does it have anything with Mostafa suing the police before the vehicle accident? $500,000, Mostafa was suing the police.
Because if this case is about a car accident, you should be able to examine the cars. You should be able to look at his dash camera. You should be able to look at the most basic facts of this case, which you're being blocked from by the prosecution. You're being blocked from by the police department. And it sure seems like they're prosecuting a man not because of a car accident, but because of a different motive
Mohammed,
here.
when the federal government is probing into this case, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is releasing a document to the federal government that they actually allowed the independent expert to reconstruct the vehicle. Isn't that what's happening here? I mean, the case is sealed. I mean, look at the optics.
If we didn't have this body cam...
Look at what's happening here. You go out to the federal government, and the federal government is probing into this case. The case is sealed, so they can't just watch the body cams, have access to the file. They're at the discretion of Commonwealth Amy Ashworth because you got the federal government, you got the state level. Commonwealth Amy Ashworth at the state level sealed off the case, so they can no longer just look into this case.
And we're not making that up, by the way, because I spoke to federal prosecutors, okay? I spoke to federal prosecutors, and what they told me is, if the Commonwealth attorney sealed it, then we can't see it. Okay, so what I did was I gave them the file. Okay, I gave them the file. We're in contact with them. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say about that for now.
Before you were able to do that, it was up to the discretion of Commonwealth Amy Ashworth. She gives them a document where they actually had access, your independent expert had access, and that's what the police reports show. Well, let's watch the body cam and see what actually happened.
That's exactly what the report says. It says Stephen Keene came in, did his inspection, and he finished his inspection. That's what it says. It doesn't say anything about him requesting to examine the SUV. It doesn't say anything about him saying, I'd like to go into detail on the Chrysler, and they tell him, nope, you're not allowed to touch anything. You're not allowed to touch anything. By the way, A car that they've already chopped up. A car that they've already tampered with and just screwed around all over around with it.
You're telling
Okay.
me a vehicle that they crushed and staged is now on a body cam, and he's telling him, we don't want you to touch the vehicle because the prosecutor, Sarah Sammy, wants to preserve this evidence. Which
That
evidence?
is ridiculous.
A vehicle that you crushed and staged? I mean, we're going to take a look at the pictures before, after the vehicle accident, and when the vehicle is inside the police department.
I wonder, by the way, if that's her excuse for the dash cam, too. That they don't want anybody.
That's absolute. She told Brad Hayward.
She doesn't want anybody manipulating the dash camera. The same dash camera
hold on. The same
that
dash
Chad
camera.
Mason had.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. We're going to have the independent expert inspect the SD card on the dash camera.
Now, if you
We're
didn't
gonna
have-
your independent expert, Cassie Zymuth, says that this dash camera does have audio. We're going to get the audio.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Let's
every
watch
time
the
I think
body
about
cam.
it, it's just.
Let's watch the body cam.
Beard versus grown man beard.
This is the body cam?
This new super strong beard.
I mean, have we been
Okay,
on this
so
podcast?
Per my
that long?
conversation with Sarah.
Oh, let me rewind that real quick.
So
He said, per my conversation with Sarah, the prosecutor is Prosecutor Sarah Sammet.
So who are we
Per
looking
his
at
con-
here?
We're looking at Casey Stevens
On the left.
on the left.
Stephen
and
Keene.
Stephen Keene, the independent expert
That we
paid,
hired.
That we hired, paid $5,000.
And then this is Robert Drum.
They already found brake failure in this vehicle. The police department inspected the vehicle. We have another body cam where they find brake failure. So Stephen Keene, the independent expert, shows up on scene with a judge order to reconstruct this vehicle.
Okay.
Now, the vehicle accident. This is Robert Drum, the same officer that falsified Mustafa's statements and says, you told me there's an argument inside the vehicle. There's an audio that Mustafa never said that.
So what's happening here? What is
Here, he tells him, the rules are, I contacted the prosecutor
So the expert is asking to inspect Mustafa's car.
to reconstruct the vehicle accident.
Okay.
The SUV is there. The other Mustafa's vehicle is there. And Robert Drum is so terrified, he tells him the prosecutor said,
Okay,
you
let's go on.
cannot touch the vehicle.
Let's go into it.
what's that? It's in the box. With Sarah. Said this.
I'm going to rewind it.
Why is your audio breaking up?
I don't know why.
Is that from the
Box.
video? Or
Let me rewind it just a little bit more.
why don't you flip your tablet the other way so the wire is not here? It's on the other side. I think you don't.
Is that better?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Why don't you just pause it for a second? Unplug it from there. And then plug it back in. Let's see if that fixes it. Swipe down. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little better.
So
Which one is it?
what's that?
Which one is
It's in the box. Per my conversation with Sarah. Said this is the first time I've ever done this in 18 years. She said we can pull it out for you.
Yeah.
You can look at it. She doesn't want anybody touching it.
Okay.
Like
you-
touching it, I mean, can I?
Like if you want to take pictures
Yeah.
and all that, but if anything needs to be manipulated, we'll do it for
Okay,
you
perfect.
for chain of custody issues.
Perfect.
Sure.
Okay.
But yeah, you're more than welcome to like poke around.
Yeah.
But nothing gets moved,
Gotcha,
changed,
gotcha.
or anything
Perfect.
like that. So.
Did y'all already pull the
The
module?
ATM? Yeah, we've got it.
Okay.
That was put into evidence. The EDR download's already been done, but if you want to go in and do it again, be my guest.
Okay, I didn't know if y'all had the module.
Sorry, they got some Dumfries cop doing something right now. And I hope that's the CA. Who's that? Who?
Get measurements, photographs. And the module, is it with the car? Y'all got that?